Hi, welcome back. I hope you found the other videos okay. First one obviously trying to be serious professional. Second one just a bit of fun, just to show you the different various things I want to try with the channel. Trying to offer, well, like I've said previously, mental health doesn't have to mean that we're all sat in the corner rocking, crying. So today, this video is about my story. I have no idea what to say. I've tried to record this I don't know how many times. I'm trying to get a balance because I'll be honest, I'm not going to say everything. I don't think anybody actually knows everything. That's been my choice. I think everybody knows a little bit of something, but not everybody knows everything. And that's because I'm quite a quiet person. I'm quite an introvert, reticent to be able to get out there and speak and things. As I said, I work in mental health services now, and the advantage of that, of course, being somebody with my background, being a peer in one sense. I've been there, done that, worn the t-shirt. So when I talk to people in services, I can relate. And I think that's a great strength and that's an advantage. And that's another reason why I want to create this channel. So people know that there are others out there who understand one of the biggest things is that isolation, that loneliness. And it can be really hard and very difficult to feel like there are other people who know what you're going through. Did you see my cat's tail there? For a second. Say hello. Hello. Say hello. Do you remember Ali? Anyway. So as I said, I won't say everything. I don't want to cause any triggers. That's one of the reasons. And also, a lot of it's very private, but very personal. Essentially, though, I've been in and out of services since being a teenager. Back then, it was kind of your school counselling. It's really effective. And then back and forth to the doctors, in and out of different kind of talking therapies. And then one day I had CBT. Now, it wasn't very intensive, and I didn't really take it on board. I was in the middle of quite a really dark patch, and I was my own worst enemy. I wasn't really accepting of what they were trying to help me with. So eventually it led to a suicide attempt. And in my life, I've had two true suicide attempts. I say true suicide attempts because eventually I was diagnosed with borderline personality disorder, BPD. One of the traits for that is self-harm, and that is something which was quite prevalent back then. So I would use a razor blade to cut myself on my arms. So thankfully I'm okay wearing t-shirts. I was very aware of that actually, but I would cut open my body. Some quite shallow superficial cuts, some quite serious deep ones. But even those, they are what we would term para-suicidal. I personally call them pseudo-side. Play on words there. And that's my own little thing. I try to help myself understand mental health. I try to empower myself by creating things or saying things in the way that helped me, I would understand, rather than long drawn out words I had no clue what people were talking about. So I suppose pseudo-side doesn't help others unless you know. The word pseudo means fake. So, didn't really work. To kill myself, number one. The serious one was slit my wrists open, and it went badly wrong because ridiculously I caused more damage than I was expecting, and that's a stupid thing to say, I know, but so anyway, that happened in 2004. In 2010, I attempted an overdose, which I vomited up. So eventually, thankfully, I managed to get the right support, the right therapy. I entered secondary services, which I don't know about the world, but in the UK we've got the primary, we've got secondary. Primary, both physical and mental health, it's similar. So physical health, you've got your GP, you've got any kind of drop-ins, community supports, community nurse and that kind of stuff. Same with mental health pretty much. But also we have primary mental health services, one of which I work for. And secondary, they're more your specialists. So physical health, your hospitals, going to see specialists about your bone or your ear, nose, throat, whatever it might be. And it's the same with mental health. There'll be specialists regarding particular types of mental health issues. So I went into secondary services. I managed to get the support I needed and the treatment I needed. The diagnosis of BPD, that was where I finally got that, because it was bandied about lots of different things. You've got traits of this, and there's that, and there's this, and there's that. And this is one of the issues with diagnosis. As I said, we'll have a video about that another time. But then there are other things. There were traits of other things. PTSD and body dysmorphia was actually diagnosed. Body dysmorphia disorder. And but it was the treatment I received with BPD, which was dialectic behavioural therapy. So not CBT, but BPD. I remember going to a GP and talking about this, and they said, "Oh no, you mean CBT?" And I said, "No, I've been told it's BPD." And they googled it and they went, "Oh, okay, I've never heard of that." And, well, why would he? He's not a mental health practitioner. But yeah, it was a surprise to me. And that was really great. That was excellent, intensive. It lasted a year. It was a combination of group work and one-to-one support, and it worked. It really worked. It's where also I got my love for mindfulness, which is a word not everybody might have heard of, but if you have, you might have a particular kind of idea of what it is. And I've studied it and I've learned about it, and I love it, to be honest. And it's really not what a lot of people think mindfulness is. I think it's just your usual kind of relaxation technique, but it's so much more. But again, there'll be a video for that to explore later on. I think the best thing in the world for me, though, was after the treatment, I then went to where I work now as a volunteer. Well, as a peer at first and then a volunteer, there's a slight difference. And because of that continuous use of the skills, of the things that I learned, of what I was taught that I would need to do to help myself, because I was in the environment, and then now as working in that, for the organisation and helping others with it, it helps me with it as well. And I learn from other people, and I get to learn their ideas and their techniques and their ways of looking at things. And you kind of click and go, wow, yes, that makes sense, or it doesn't make sense. Because there's so many ideas, we can pick up something that might be beneficial. So that's a bit loose, my story. It's no detail at all. It makes no sense, to be honest. But yeah, a lot of people have their own story and they go through a lot of difficulty. It's really important that we spread that message, that you're not alone, you're not the only one. And there are people, there are services, professionals, treatments that can help. We just got to figure it out. What's going to be helpful for you? My little lad here, soft as milk. Oh, you might be wondering about the hat. With the subject coming up, I became a bit sensitive, as I mentioned about body dysmorphia. I became a bit self-conscious, so I thought I'll just put this stupid hat on to help me. Saying it out loud makes me think you're an idiot, but you know, we all have our little tricks and tips to help. That's one of mine. Anyway, look out for more fun videos, more exciting videos, silly things. I'm going to actually see if I can invite guests on, whether they are friends, family, whatever. People who either have knowledge in mental health or have no idea, because I think it's always good to get everybody's perspective. Yeah, that'll be a good editing. Anyway, thanks very much for watching, guys. See you in the next vid.